So this has been my new morning ritual, is going outside and stretching. Waking up early and stretching. And it's been so beautiful out in the morning. So today I'm just gonna do a quick one because I have some clients today. So I don't have as much time. But it's a little wet out, so I'm gonna do it all on the railing today. But follow along if you want for a nice morning stretch. Just start with our upper body. This one, if you drop your shoulder and lean over, you'll get a good stretch through here. So switch sides and pull that arm across your body. Again, drop your shoulder down. Lean your neck to the opposite side to get a stretch on the top of the shoulder and your neck. And now clasp your hands behind your back, pull your arms down to the ground, and look up with your head to really uncongest that upper body area, that neck and the top of the shoulders. And then go ahead, come back up to neutral and pull those arms up, stretching out the front of the shoulder, that anterior deltoid. Just keep your ribs in. And then we're gonna cross our arms. And this you're gonna feel kind of in the back of your shoulder. Right along the top of your back, but the back. So cross your arms, and you can go up and down too, and you'll feel a greater stretch there in the traps and the rhomboids and through the shoulders, whatever area is tighter in the back body. So raise and lower them and find a spot that feels good. Then just shake out that upper body. And now put your hand against a wall to stretch out your chest. Just make sure that thumb is up to stretch down the arm as well. Keep your shoulder lowered too. Go ahead, switch sides. Put your hand against a wall or a pole. Drop your shoulder down, keep your ribs in, and rotate your body away to get a good chest stretch. And we're just gonna reach up, pulling up and out of our rib cage, and then tuck your hips under and lean over to one side. Don't round your back though, keep your back nice and flat. Take some deep breaths, reach up and over to the other side now, pulling out from the top of your hands, lengthening that whole side body. Good, and reach up again now, and bend forward to a forward fold. Keep that back flat. You can let it relax a little bit, but try to keep it flat, stretching out those hamstrings, warming up your hips, lengthening the spine. Good. And then you're going to grab a railing or a pole or a fence, something wherever you're at, maybe the top of your couch, and just sink your hips down low and really pull your hips back and down to the ground to really stretch out that back, the whole spine. Round your spine up a little if that feels good, if you feel a good stretch. Depending on where you're tight, you could feel this one anywhere along the length of your spine. And you can bend your knees or you can straighten your legs, whatever feels good. And then go ahead and kick your feet back. And now you're just gonna bend forward. So now you're pressing your armpits down to the ground, keeping your back flat, pulling your ribs in, your core tight. And then now you're gonna shift your hips to one side, again pressing your chest down to the ground, stretching the side body, keeping that core engaged. Good, and go ahead, shift your hips to the other side. And your core is engaged so that your core doesn't take the stretch, but that your side body takes the stretch. Your lats, your obliques, your intercostal muscles, quadratus lumborum, your lower back, all those muscles. Good, and now go ahead, put your foot up on something, and it can be lower than I have it. You could even put it on a chair. And we're gonna stretch your hamstring out. And if you flex your foot, you'll feel it in your calf as well. And you can rub the back of your leg if that helps loosen up your muscles. And try to keep your back as flat as possible too. And go ahead, rotate to the side. We're gonna get your inner thigh. And then you're gonna reach up and then lean over, reaching up and out of the tips of your fingertips. So again, keep that whole back flat. Stretching the side body and your inner thigh and your hamstring. Whatever is tighter is going to feel it the most. Good, and make sure you're taking deep breaths through these stretches. Go ahead, switch the legs. We'll do the other hamstring. Keep your back flat. Rub those muscles out if you need to. Flex that foot. Deep breath. And then go ahead, rotate to the side. We'll get the inner thigh on this side. Reach up, pull up and out of your ribs, and then lean over to the side. Take some deep breaths there. You're going to lower your leg and you're going to grab your ankle or the top of your foot for a quad stretch. And just make sure you keep your knees together, tuck your hips under, and then pull back from there. You'll notice you'll feel a lot greater stretch in your quad and hip flexor. And I'm also doing a neck stretch too because I love multitasking. Getting two done at the same time. Go ahead, switch legs. So remember, core tight, hips tucked under, knees together, and then pull your leg back from there. Keep your body upright, don't lean forward. Good, take some deep breaths. And then now we're going to stretch our hips out a little bit. So go ahead, go into a long lunge position, toes forward. Reach up and out of your rib cage again, pulling up tall through the top of your head. Scoot your leg back a little bit if you need a greater stretch. And that back leg should be pretty straight as well. And we're going to sink lower, fingertips on the ground. And you're going to do a nice torso rotation to open up your whole spine and your side body. Don't let that in front knee flare out to the side. Make sure you're keeping it in line. Rotate to the other side. You might feel this in your hip flexor a little bit more, in the psoas up into your core. Keep your back flat. Good, and then come back up. Reach up to the sky. Take some deep breaths. Good, and then now extend your front leg straight. So we'll just do a quick hamstring stretch again. Try to keep your back flat if you can. And now you're going to turn to the side so your front toe is forward and your back foot is sideways. And you're going to reach to the ground in front of your foot. And if you only get to your knee, that's okay. But open your body up to the side, reach up with your hand, and keep your back nice and flat. I think that's a triangle pose in yoga, if I'm correct. And then we're going to switch to the other side. I'll change my angle so you can see it a little bit better. So we'll go into that long lunge position, reach up to the sky, keep the back leg straight. Good, and when your hips start loosening up a little bit, go ahead, slide down into a deeper lunge stretch. Hands to the ground, rotate to one side, Reach up. Good, and now you'll rotate to the other side. Deep, full 360 breaths here. Good, and you'll come up. Extend your, oh, we're going to do the triangle pose here first. I forgot the hamstring stretch. So front toe is forward, back foot is turned. Reach down to your ankle and reach up with the other arm. Good job. And now come back up to neutral. Reach up into the sky. Arch back a little bit if you're comfortable with that. And then forward fold. Walk your hands out to downward dog. And I'll turn to the side so you can see it. So you're pulling your hip bones up to the sky now and pressing your chest into your legs. Legs are straight. Good, you can go up on your toes if you want, whatever feels best. And then down into forward fold again, come on up. Take a deep breath and roll everything out. Give a little wiggle in there. There you have it, my morning stretch.